What's up guys, Stark here. In today's character spotlight we are doing the second of the two spotlights I'm going to be doing today. And this one we're taking a look at the new servant that was just released on Global, and we're going to be talking about Sakata Kintoki, the golden boy. So his artwork is on the screen right now for you guys to see. I do like his artwork. His fourth artwork isn't really that good, but he does look pretty badass, I won't lie. And I really do like his character. I'm not sure if I'm gonna pull for him or not, but I do like him. I would love to get him at some point. So let's go ahead and take a look at his stats here. He is a berserker, so he will be effective against most classes, and he will take double damage from them as well. And his stats are really good, like they're insanely good. At level 90, he has 12,712 attack, and he has 12,150 HP. And if you do decide to grail him out, he goes over 15,000 in both stats, having 15,915 attack and 15,311 HP, which is really insane stats, and it's really balanced as well. Most characters usually have like either a high attack stat or a high HP stat, but this character has insanely high stats for both characters. I know he's a 5-star, but not all characters have stats this good, especially this early in the game. So if you do get him, he's gonna have some really nice stats for you to work with. Moving on here to his servant skills, his first skill is going to be called Monstrous Strength A+. This will increase his attack for 1 turn, starting at 30% at level 1, going all the way up to 50% at level 10. So that's an insane amount of extra damage you're going to do on his already insane stats. And then his second skill is going to be called Animal Dialogue C, which will increase his Noble Phantasm gauge, 30% level 1, 50% level 10. Again, this skill is insane. Combo it's pretty much any other Noble Phantasm gainer, and you're basically going to have your Noble Phantasm ready right off the bat. So you won't even have to use something like Kaleidoscope, so you can use Buster cards to do even more damage with this guy. You're going to be doing tons of damage with him. And then his third and final skill is Natural Body A, which will increase his attack debuff resistance for 3 turns and greatly restores HP. So this is really nice because you can end up healing with this skill. It's not a strengthening power up quest either, so you're going to get it from the start once you fully ascend him, or I think it's his 3rd ascension you get it. But 1,000 HP at level 1 and then goes up to 3,000 HP at level 10. So it's really nice to help you keep him alive a little bit longer because he is a berserker, so he will take that extra damage from basically every character. So moving on here to his class skills, he has the Madness Enhancement E, which will increase bust of card effectiveness by 2%. It's not a huge increase, but his stats are already amazing to begin with, so you don't really need that much more increase in damage. But he also does have the Divinity D skill, which will further increase his damage by 125. So, you know, they're not insane stats, but he already has insane stats, so this is just a little bit extra to help move him and do some more damage. Moving on here to his Ascension materials, he doesn't need a whole lot as far as like premium items go, but he does need quite a few seeds, and then he does need crystals and demon hearts as well. But they are all available to get, so maybe you've been saving up some of the events and you were lucky enough to pull them, and maybe you have enough to fully ascend them right off the bat. That'd be pretty cool. Moving on here to his skill enhancements though, and you are going to need a lot. Now the items aren't really that big of a deal, but the amount you need is insane. You're basically going to need like 15 crystals, and like they're not that easy to get. And then you do need 10 demon hearts as well. So you're probably going to be grinding a while to get those items to max his skills out, but his skills are definitely worth maxing. They are all very good. And if you have them, I do strongly recommend trying to max out his skills. So moving on here to his command cards and his Noble Phantasm, he does have 1 quick, 1 arts, and 3 busters. So you do want to use him primarily on a buster team. You could also throw him into an arts team just to get, you know, that one chance to get his arts card going and then use it for Noble Phantasm gain. But primarily you want to use him on buster teams. And his Noble Phantasm is a buster as well. And what it does is it'll deal significant damage to a single enemy that ignores defense, and it has a medium chance to inflict stun for 1 turn on the overcharge. So this is a pretty good Noble Phantasm. It is a single target attack, so it will be doing a lot more damage. And the chance to stun isn't really that high, 50% level 1. It does go up to 100% level 5, but chances are, if you're a casual player, you're probably not going to get him to level 5 anytime soon, if ever. But it does have an interlude quest that you can use to power it up, and it slightly increases the damage from 1000% to 1100%. Not a big increase, but it does do a little bit more damage, and he does have insane stats, like I keep saying, and he does ignore defense, so you could potentially get it so that you can one-shot whatever character you're going into. Well, at this point, like, end game content, you're probably not going to one-shot, but, you know, early game, maybe like some of the events and things like that, you could definitely take out one of the harder bosses with him just by using his noble Phantasm. So now let's go ahead and talk about his craft essence that you unlock from his maximum bond, which I did accidentally skip. So we're going to go back and cover it right now. It does unlock the Golden Glasses craft essence, which will increase noble Phantasm strength by 30% and have a 30% chance to increase noble Phantasm gauge by 5% each time you attack. So this is insane. Another really good skill for him to have. He'll do more damage with his noble Phantasm, and then every time he attacks, he has a chance to increase his gauge by 5% every time. I mean, it's a 30% chance, but still, every time you attack, you could just keep increasing your noble Phantasm gauge, and then when you do get your noble Phantasm ready, it does 30% more damage. Combo that with his second skill and maybe like Waver or Merlin when he comes out, and it's perfect because you don't even need Kaleidoscope. You could just throw this on, and you're set, really. So it's a really nice craft essence. So now we can go ahead and talk about some of the other craft essences that you could use. I will briefly mention Kaleidoscope because if you don't have your maximum, your second skill maxed out, then you might want to use it just because you want your noble Phantasms, but I don't really recommend it for this character at all. I would ideally use his Golden Glasses craft essence, or like Verdant Sound of Destruction for the 15% increase, or Limit Zero Over for the 25% increase, just to do a lot more damage. Because his stats are really nice. I've probably said it like 100 times in this video, but they are really good, and you want to do as much damage as possible, so just throw on those craft essences to increase the damage, and you're probably going to steamroll through most of the content available in the game. So that's going to wrap up this character spotlight. I will leave you guys here with his noble Phantasm, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
Golden Spell!